Hello, hello. Today I want to talk about a question that I received that I think is very, very, very important, especially for everyone who is following my YouTube channel, drawing along with my drawings, or taking any classes. The question is, I'm going to read it out. When doing a drawing with you, am I supposed to copy what you are doing or do what feels right for me? And of course, the short answer is you're never supposed to copy anything. You always work on your own things. So when I guide a drawing, I will invite you into a process of drawing, and that has specific elements. So when you want to follow my process, you work with these specific elements, but you place them in the way that they show up for you, which can, of course, be very different from me. One of the things that I love about teaching this method and that I love whenever I do a workshop is how different all the drawings look. Like everybody gets the exact same description, the exact same guidance, but every drawing is unique, just like every person is unique. So you're never supposed to try and copy what I do. Of course, sometimes, there are things like, okay, we start with a circle. Sometimes, depending, what we're doing, the circle can have different sizes and it's just how you feel. And I always cue that. I always tell people exactly what they need to do if they want to follow my process. And you're always free to, get off and do your own thing. But the reason why I love that it is a very structured process is because it allows me to guide you through a journey. We tell a story with the drawing, and your drawing will, of course, tell your story. So if I put myself in a drawing, for example, as a circle, this is what I always do almost. If I put myself in the circle, it's probably going to be a circle somewhere. Sometimes the circle is going to be small and kind of on the edge somewhere, depending the topic. Sometimes it's going to be really big and right in the center. So this depends on my state of being, my connection to the topic, how I feel about it, and how I see myself in the topic that I'm drawing. So what I'm drawing is always, of course, related to a topic that we talk about first. So you, of course, when you draw with me, you're going to know the topic, or you're going to be invited to set a topic for yourself. But most of the free videos, we draw a topic that I pull up. And then the way it works is for you to feel into the topic and see, okay, she tells me to draw a circle that is me in relation to this topic. An example would be, let's say a very simple one. I'm going to take an example from the last course that I did, which was about mother archetype, mother energy, mother stories. And so there, for example, we made a drawing of me in relation to my mother. So I can make a shape that is me, and that will have a certain even shape, could be something different than a circle as well, but it has a certain size and it's in some place in the drawing. And we don't have to overthink this. No, it's not about like finding the right place, or there's only this one time I can do this, and then if it's wrong, it's always going to be wrong. So that doesn't exist. Basically, you can always make another drawing with the exact same topic and it's always going to be different. It's always going to look different. But just as an example, so I can feel into it, and maybe some days I feel like a small circle on the edge when I think about my mom. Maybe some days I feel like a bigger circle that is overlapping her circle because we're close. Or maybe I feel like I want to be a bigger circle. So then we always, of course, have the chance to change the things as well. And then, of course, we have the neurographic lines. So maybe let me talk about this a little bit too. So neurographic lines cannot be copied. It's just a given. Neurographic lines cannot be copied. If you try and you succeed in really actually copying a drawing that I make exactly, then I'm going to give you a prize. because that's literally impossible. No, when you draw a line, a neurographic line, in the way that we are imagining and feeling the line, it will be, every single line will be different. Every single moment will be different. So even you cannot copy your own line. Even that is impossible. Even when you go over an existing line with another line, there's going to be tiny little differences. So copying is not possible. Copying is never the goal of Neurographica, or of my workshops, or of my work in general. So now I think I talked a lot about that, and I hope that this makes sense. I would love to hear from everyone how you feel about following the processes that I share, because of course they are structured and they suggest to you what to do next and how to do it, but they also leave openness. So I would love to hear everyone's experiences with exploring that. And also that would maybe make it more clear what that looks like for people. So I hope that I answered the question, and I see you soon. Ask more questions if you have them, and bye-bye.